do an actual overall full series review. I don't want to put too much time and effort in the Obi-Wan series. Like, I don't want to get reviews right away. I just want to kind of get my quick thoughts on what I thought about the episode. So that's how it's gonna be. It's not gonna be right away on those Obi-Wan reviews or what my thoughts are, but there's gonna be an overall bigger video covering the whole series. But here's my overall thoughts for episode 1 and episode 2. There will be spoilers. It'll be in the description box when I say spoilers. So this is Dan the Man thoughts on Obi-Wan episode 1 and episode 2. Now my thoughts is this. John Williams, when I heard that he was on board and he wanted to do the Obi-Wan score and the theme, I was so excited. I do think the music I'm not bashing it as like a lot of other reviewers are. I actually really like the music. It's just not memorable. And I think we might get memorable themes and tracks later on, especially when we get more Darth Vader, more fights going into it. But I wanted just to address that John Williams is the man when it comes to Star Wars. And yes, it's a little bit of a letdown to not really have a memorable kind of theme that's going on. I think the theme is fine. I think the music is fine. But I think we might get some classics, some bangers, maybe later on while we continue this series, because he is the guy who's doing the music for Obi-Wan. I think when they announced Obi-Wan, I wanted an Obi-Wan series before any of the series that they announced, like, or even especially the solo film and all that stuff. I think an Obi-Wan series works better. And just to see what he was doing, the mission maybe going off planet, like what they're doing right now. I think the general premise is neat. It's cool bringing in little Leia. I think the actress is a kid actress, so I'm not going to bash her for her acting. There's some spots, it's a kid, but for what little Leia is doing, she's doing a great job. I think that my gripes on the 2 episodes is, first of all, I think her name is Deborah Chow. She has a knack. I do feel prequels in this. I do feel a little bit original trilogy in this, which is great. You want to feel that Star Wars nostalgia. You want to feel like it's a Star Wars property. And I do feel that. And it looks really good. The green screen's great. Some CGI is a little, but it's a series. It's not a movie they're putting out. It's a series. So I could understand, like Marvel, right? Marvel, Moon Knight, it had its shoddy CGI, but then it has some gorgeous looking stuff too. But for this, it's the same way. You're not going to get anything absolutely gorgeous unless you're Andor, because I think Andor is going to be actually really, really great. But it's here, it's there. The series still looks really good. I really love they brought Jimmy Smits back. I really think Jimmy Smits is such an underrated actor. He's done so many films and he's so good in all of them. And I like how they really did. I like when they bring Leia in, you get to see her adopted parents, like Jimmy Smits and her mother. I forgot who the actress is, but I think it's really great to see that relationship, because we only remember, Leia, her home planet being destroyed, her adopted family being destroyed within it. So to see that relationship and to see what she was before New Hope and all that stuff, really cool. But it does have continuity errors. I think that's the problem with the 2 episodes I had, was the idea of Leia knowing Obi-Wan before, sending that message to R2 to Obi-Wan, when clearly she says that she only knows him from her father, who they both worked together back in the Clone Wars. She never met him before. And you could always say, like, Leia was young, she didn't remember. I do like the idea that she's been rebellious ever since, she was a kid. She's been smarter. I like the one line Obi-Wan does, and even McGregor still kills it as Obi-Wan. I love the line he gives to her, and he's like, how old are you? And she's like, I'm 10. Like, she's such a smart ass in this series. One of my gripes about it, though, was the chase sequences, trying to capture a 10-year-old, and it took that long. Going back to Deborah Chow and her direction, if she just cleans it up a little bit, where the camera, you could really see the goofiness of it, where one character obviously should have captured her at like this one moment, but where the angle is, but I think one of them falls, it's slapstick. How the camera is angled, you really see how unrealistic it is that this little girl is escaping them. There's another scene too where she's running away from Obi-Wan, which is another one where she's like, I knew I couldn't trust you, this and that. And Obi-Wan really can't catch little Leia, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I thought that scene was so the Leia's chase scenes were very goofy, really not well directed in my opinion. But other than that gripe, there is a really lot of good direction in this film. A great cameo from I forget his name. It was like Kumuji or something like that. The comedian. He's really awesome. He's really funny. He was in Eternals. I really liked him. How he's a fake Jedi in this. I like when Boba Fett, the first episode happened, it was really slower, but showcasing like the setup and where Boba Fett is going. They did the same thing with Obi-Wan, but it was more interesting. It was definitely more interesting because we care for this character already. We already know his backstory. So to see him like being basically a butcher and still being like this old man as a hermit, just watching over Luke, it was really interesting, even though there were slower moments and there wasn't any dialogue. I actually really enjoyed it. Now, another gripe that I have is the Inquisitors. I am a guy who watched Rebels, and I understand not everybody's going to go watch Rebels. It wasn't that popular of a show. Like a lot of Star Wars fans like me know about it, and we love the characters that are in it. Sabine, Ezra, they brought Thrawn in. So the Inquisitors are in the Rebels show. So I don't expect them to really capture everything from Rebels and to bring it into the live action, because this is a business and they want to do, they know the audience has never seen Rebels, so they're going to take liberties. The problem is, I think the design is terrible with these guys, and I've heard reviewers and say, well, that's the point. They're supposed to be like goofy until we get Vader, and Vader's supposed to be the all-in-powerful. I think you can have room for both. You can have room for the Inquisitors to be badass and for Darth Vader, because we already know Darth Vader. We already had the wow moment with Rogue One, and you can still have that with these two. So for me, the Inquisitors look really bad, especially the main Inquisitor. Just, I know a lot of backlash was it when they saw the teaser, but they don't really feel like Sith. There's a lot of them like tolerating a lot what Reva does, or Riva, or whatever her name is. She is terrible. She's bad. Reva is really, really bad in acting wise. I don't know if it's the material she's getting, but she really took me out of the kind of both the episodes, and she's the main kind of, if it's Obi-Wan and it's her as well, because she is a Sith, but she was a Jedi, and she's really hot-headed and just arrogant. The problem is the actress is just not, I don't think it's necessarily, I think she's probably would be good in other projects, but for this project so far with the 2 episodes, it's really bad. It's really jarring. It's just not fitting right. I see another actress in that role. She doesn't click for me. Right? She just doesn't click for me. And of course, it doesn't help with some of the dialogue that they do give her, because it's Star Wars. It's always been like bad dialogue, kind of bad acting. So with her, it's I think the only person I saw really get away from a lot of course, Harrison Ford. The original members, casting of the original characters did a great job with the dialogue that was so goofy from George Lucas. And Adam Driver nails a lot of the goofiness in here. But Reva this actress cannot do it. My other gripe too was she told Obi-Wan that Anakin's still alive. How does she know that? Like, I get she's trying to make maybe Darth Vader handpicked her, blah, blah, blah. But I thought it would have been cooler. I just saw Star Wars Theory. He makes a great point, or one of the commenters makes a good point. One of the commenters said that Obi-Wan should have found out when they captured him, because you do see a scene of him getting captured in the trailer, and then realizing, wait a minute, this guy Darth Vader is actually Anakin. He searches his feelings. So that would have been really, really cool. Things I did like, though, on these episodes is Uncle Owen. I thought Uncle, played by, what's his name, from Warrior, and Joel Edgerton. Great job, man. I love this actor, and I think he he doesn't have like a soft, crazy Uncle Owen side, but he does care for the boy Luke, and he does want to make sure that he doesn't go the same. He doesn't turn into another Anakin. The Anakin surprise at the end was so great too. I mean, Hayden Christensen. I think, I still think the prequels are really, really bad. I think Revenge of the Sith is the best out of the three. I think Episode 2 is the worst Star Wars film that I've seen. Solo is better than that film. But Hayden Christensen, I said, he's bad. He's bad in those movies. Is it the dialogue? Yeah. Is it his performance? I think so too. I think he does need to account some of the blame, but he's the type of guy that you really root for, because all the blame that was given to him was just too much. It was way, way too much. Sure, I like I said, he does deserve some of that blame, just to maybe not fight with George and tell him like, nah, my character, like he should have fought more. Maybe of some of the decisions that he maybe felt like, this should have been this way, that way, like how actors and directors kind of collab, but more, I think he has a wooden performance in there. It's just not a very good performance by him. But like I said, you see him in other films and stuff. He's a really good actor, and he's charming, and you just really want this guy to succeed. And I think Hayden Christensen is a redemption series for him. And to see him in the Bacta tank, or him, just healing up because he's so scarred and stuff, and to know that that's actually Hayden Christensen in there, is so great. I love it. I love that they brought him back. I think he does deserve another chance, and hopefully he can bring it, and hopefully it redeems him. As much as I don't like the prequels, I do want to see this guy succeed. And there is a lot of good things in the prequels. There's not only bad stuff. There's a lot of good stuff that George did in there. I actually really love the fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan. So another gripe for me is we are going to get another fight from Obi-Wan and Anakin, which makes absolutely no sense if you're watching like A New Hope or the original trilogy. But we'll see what they do. The first 2 episodes really got me into it. I really do. I'm digging the show. It's kind of like what was the other show? It was kind of like Loki. I really was getting really into it, and I was really, and I think it had great production, great direction, some strong writing points. This 2 episodes, I think Deborah Chow is really capturing a lot of good elements to the Star Wars. There is some bad elements that she put in here. There's some bad writing in here sometimes, but overall, I'm really enjoying it. And as long as I'm enjoying it, and as long as I'm kind of can look past the fact of Reva and Reva or whatever her name is, and the Inquisitors and some of my gripes towards it, I look forward to the next episode and see if they could really kind of do something with it and continue to have a good track record. I'm not expecting this to be absolutely amazing, but I'm expecting it to be good. And so far, I'm enjoying it. So I can't say necessarily if it's really, really good just yet, because we only had 2 episodes. It's genius to put out the 2 episodes and have that cliffhanger after at the end of episode 2. But like I said, we'll see where it goes. So this is just my thoughts and my quick thoughts on these 2 episodes and what I liked and what I disliked. My overall full review, spoiler review, will be at the end of the series, but I'll do videos like this here and there, so just put out my thoughts of what I thought about about this series and these episodes, that when they keep coming along. I'm not going to do it right away. I just want to, I want to talk a little bit, because there is a lot to talk about in Obi-Wan. But you'll get a full breakdown once the series is all over. So I'm Dan the Mannequin Danielson. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the first 2 episodes. I would love to reply to you guys. And are you guys enjoying it? And are you guys looking forward to these next episodes? May the Force be with you always.